I remember telling myself, I'm too late. I wasted so much time. Who's going to want me now? Does that sound familiar? Have you ever felt like it's too late to go after your big dreams? Like maybe you just missed the perfect window. And now all of those big dreams you had, they're just out of reach. Well, let me tell you a secret. That's the biggest lie we've been taught to believe. We often hear the success stories about young and fast rising stars who made it by 25 or even earlier. But not many people are telling you and I about the people who built their dreams later in life. What if I told you that some of the most impactful, successful people didn't even start until most people will consider it's too late? I mean, do you know Richard Montañez? Let's talk about him. The guy who was a janitor at Frito Lay. Before he created the flaming hot Cheetos, one of the company's most successful products, and my husband's favorite. He did that in his 40s. Or even Beatriz Acevedo, who founded Suma Wealth, which is an education platform specifically for Latinos, when she wasn't already an experienced media executive. These aren't just stories of late success, they're proof that big dreams have no expiration date. Today, I want to show you why too late is just a myth, why your dreams are still very much within reach, and how you can start moving forward towards them no matter what. When? Now. Whether you're 25, 35, or 55, this video is for you. I'm going to share some stories, including my own, that will blow your mind, and more importantly, give you the push to start to dream bigger, and now even dreaming bigger than ever. Because guess what? You're not late. In fact, you are right on time. Let's dive in. If you're thinking right now, well, Jenny, those were two lucky people that were able to do that. You know what? I did my research and the list is long, long, long. I'm just going to bring a couple of them because I did my research. Vera Wang, you and I know her because she's a very well-known fashion designer. She started in her 40s to make it big in this fashion industry. You know, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Sanders, 65 years whenever he finally made it in terms of his recipe of chicken, fried chicken being so well known. I'm going to keep going. Julia Child, you probably know her because of her very famous cooking recipes. The very first one that she published, she was 50. 50! I'm going to keep going. Stanley. Now, I'm not as familiar with him, but my son is. He's a co-author in a lot of these Marvel action hero comics and movies and things like that. He's the one that co-created like Spider-Man, X-Men, Iron Man. And again, I'm reading because I'm not an expert in this field. Hulk, Doctor Strange, Daredevil, Black Widow. I can keep going. But he started doing that in his 40s. In his 40s. Now, I also did my research with Latinos because I know the list was long as well. And I did it. And I found very interesting facts of people that I thought they were really famous from younger in their career. But in fact, it wasn't until their 30s or 40s or 50s. So Lin-Manuel Miranda, which I love him for Hamilton, he's been in theater for a long time, but it wasn't until he created Hamilton that he made it really big out there. And he was in his 30s whenever he did that. I'm going to keep going. Salma Hayek, that one really took me by surprise because Salma Hayek, I adore her. You and I have watched her in so many films. But the film that made her really famous was Frida. And she was in her 30s whenever she made that film. And again, I'm thinking that she's been very famous since she was really young. So really cool. Sofia Vergara. Oh, goodness. Who doesn't know Sofia Vergara? And you and I know that honestly, that name became very popular here in the US with Modern Family, the TV show. She was in her 30s. And then I'm going to finish with Guillermo del Toro. And he's a filmmaker, also very well known. And it wasn't until his 40s that he made it big out there. So there is no excuse. There's no lack of role models. You can do it. You are at the right time. I'm going to share a little bit of my story as well, just to make it more relatable, because you're probably thinking, okay, those are big names. Lucky them. But there's no such thing as luck. There is such thing as having clarity about what goal you want to go after and having the grit and resilience to go after it. So anyway, I'm going to tell you about my story very quick. For those of you who are new here, welcome and bienvenidos. Nice to meet you. My name is Jennie Lopez, and I created this space for us to have the real talks and really to empower you to be the best version of yourself, because that is whenever you do your best work. After more than 23 years in the corporate world, and also as a professional dancer, I never felt like I fitted in any of my environments. And the more I hid that other side of me, the worse it got. And when I realized that whenever I'm myself and I'm unique and I'm really empowered with my superpowers and my strengths, that's whenever it started to click. And now, after all of those years of like lessons and learnings, and I'm not gonna call it failures, learnings, this is what I'm here to really to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly, so we can grow stronger together. And I cannot wait to continue to have this dialogue here with you. So make sure you follow and subscribe so we continue the dialogue. Now go back to the video. I'm going to give you two personal examples. I'm going to start with one right now, but stay until the end to give you the second one, because I also want to give you some actionable steps that you can take, so that way you can just destroy that limiting belief that you may have right now that is too late. Who's going to want me now? And really destroy that limiting belief, turn it into a more empowering one, and go after that goal of yours, because I'm telling you what is on the other side is amazing. And I'm telling you because I've done it, not because I learned about it and I got inspired by somebody's stories. I did it, and I continue to do it. Continue to challenge, and that's what I wanted to come here and share with you as well. So if you don't know my story, I've been in the corporate world for over 23 years. Actually, I took the step of going after my dream and continue to focus 100% on my business just this year. But before that, I was a chemical engineer for 23 years in the corporate world in different areas, in manufacturing, in the business side as a COO, and then as a VP and head of global recruiting at a Fortune 500 company. Now, the two last chapters of my life sound so exciting. Oh goodness, COO, and oh goodness, she got the VP role. But that wouldn't even be close to possible if I didn't take the courage of doing a career change in my 40s after 17 years of experience and growth in one area. Okay. So that's whenever I started thinking 17 years in one area in manufacturing and quality. And it was going well, but I wanted more. I wanted to learn more about the enterprise. But then again, the limiting beliefs, oh, Jenny, you wasted so much time. You should have done it earlier in your career. Who would have want you now? You're gonna waste all of those years of support and all of your mentors and sponsors, and you have to start from zero. No. First of all, you don't start from zero. You start with everything that you bring, and you learn the new, and you keep growing. Okay? Let me say that again, because it's a big mistake that I hear and I see out there. I have to start from zero. No. You bring all that amazing experience of all those many years that you have done in X or Y or Z field, you bring it with you. And now, what makes you more powerful is that you're going to learn the new in parallel, and boom, have more impact. And you're going to now expand your opportunities in the future because you continue to grow. Because when you're comfortable, when you're like, oh, I know it, I can do my role with my eyes closed. Have you heard that? Have you ever felt like that? That means that you're too comfortable, you're not growing. That means that you're not growing. Because whenever you grow, that's whenever you start getting the thoughts about, ooh, I never done that before. Ooh, am I making the right decision? I'm a little bit nervous because I've never done it, and this is something new. That's growth. That is growth. So what kept me moving forward is that I asked myself, I remember at that point when I was thinking about doing a career change, okay, let me stop those negative thoughts that I had. What if I fail? Nobody's going to want me now. I did it too late. I'm going to lose all of my mentors. Okay, that's not going to serve me well. What if I change my thoughts to more empowering ones, right? What do I gain? What opportunities would I continue to open in the future if I make this change? What new mentors can I have now in this space? In addition to the ones that I had before, because who said that I need to stop with the mentors and sponsors that I had before? Nobody. Nobody. What do I gain? What can I learn? How is this serving me in my future? That quality of questions, that quality of thoughts is what gave me the oh gosh, the energy and the motivation to keep moving forward no matter what, because I realized it's a win-win all the way around. All the way around. When you only focus that this is the only thing for me, that is very disempowering, because you either think about is that or nothing. No. Whenever you step back and you really truly see that there is a sea of opportunities out there for you, ah, that's whenever you feel the freedom that I'm experiencing right now, and I wish for you as well. So again, think about, like, just change those thoughts that you have. So when I did that and I said, this is a win-win, Jenny. Not only you have 17 years of experience already under your belt, now if you have this role, you're going to learn something new. After that, you're going to increase your opportunities in the future. You're going to be more marketable inside the company, outside of the company. This is going to expand your personal brand. It was a win, 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 win. What if it didn't go well, or what if I didn't like it? I knew I had an amazing career to go back to, but it didn't happen. I continued to grow in the new career. And not only that, I went to the business side, to the innovation side. I love that role. Not even that, that actually expanded my personal branding so much that other areas of the company started to hear about me and say, hey, have you thought of HR? Have you thought of this? Have you thought of digital health? Have you thought of IT? All of these opportunities that came to me because they saw me in action, they saw my learning agility, and they knew the kind of leadership that I am bringing with me. It's not new, it's from 17 plus years. Yes. So that opened more doors. That's what made me do the other career change. And I'm telling you, it's the best decision I've done ever, because not only I was performing a role that I loved, but it also boosted my confidence, because I knew, gosh, if I was able to do that change, bring it on. I can do anything. So this is what I wish for you. This is why it's so important. It's never too late. Actually, people appreciated that I brought that level of leadership, that demonstrated leadership. People appreciated that I brought something different from what the majority of the employees were at that time in that area. And they appreciated my maturity. So there is so much that you bring with you, you learn the new, and you keep growing. This is really sad. You know how many people I have met either at my career or in my business who are truly depressed because they are late. They're late in their timeline. And I'm like, what timeline? Well, I have my timeline. I knew at the age of 20 I was going to do this, and at the age of 25 I was going to achieve this, and at the age of 30, and I have not been able to do any of that. I'm like, timeline designed by whom? Like, we put so much pressure on ourselves, and I believe a lot of it has to be society, that it's almost that they put a mold into you're born and this is how you're supposed to be behaving and acting in your teens, and then you're supposed to go to college and do this and do that and get this title and retire. Guess what? You create the world that you want in your own terms. There's no timeline. Your timeline, comparing to nobody. Your timeline. It's so funny. My mom is probably gonna be so embarrassed that I share this story here, but it's so funny because even you go to college, and after college you get married, and then you have kids at a certain age. I didn't have kids until later in life. I remember when I showed her my sonogram of like the kids, that what was supposed to be like a cute moment. Look, mom, congratulations, you're gonna be a grandma. And she said, what is this? Is this from your dog? Because in her mind, I was too late to have kids, right? She thought, okay, if I didn't have kids in my 20s, that means that I didn't want kids. No, I wanted to enjoy life. I designed my life according how I wanted to live it. I know she laughs at it. Sorry, mom, I'm sharing this with the whole world here. But timeline according to who? You have your own timeline. And I'm telling you, God placed you in this exact time for a specific reason. And it is up to you to continue to bring that awesomeness and those amazing superpowers that you have within your own timeline to the world. And when is the right time to start? Right now. Now, I want to share with you 4 easy steps on how to go about it. Number 1 is like, have that clarity of what's that big dream of yours. Have it, write it down, journal about it. Know about, but I don't know how to. because of my past and because this and that. No, no, no. Forget about any limitations. If you had a varita mágica, and of course I'm gonna have a unicorn. If you have a varita mágica and you say, Jenny, your wish will be true, how would that dream look like? Just talk about it, like journal about it. What is it that you are doing? Who are you helping? How are you feeling? How is your family because of that dream that you are achieving? The more clarity, the better. Avoid things like, I want more of this, I want less of that, I want this number. Okay, that's still very vague. You have to like write it down as if you are documenting your absolute truth, your reality. That's number one. Have clarity on that. The what is really important. Don't get messed up with the how, because the how is what limit us. Because as soon as we say, I don't know how to, then you're putting a stop, and then you start with your dream, and then it's not meant to be, and maybe it's good for others but not. No, no, no. The how is the last thing that you have to worry about, because the how could be different hows. What is more important is the what and the why this dream of yours is the must, why you're going to go after it no matter what. This why is going to give you that energy, that momentum to take action, and the how will translate in the way. Okay. I know it's easier said than done, and I know it sounds really, what do you mean? Like, I don't have to worry about the how. What and why? Believe me, what and why and the how will translate. Now you put a project plan together. You put a project plan together, action plan, and you take action every single day. Every single day. I had one time a client who he did a lot of the upfront. He was going for a career change, and he did a lot of the upfront work. And he put his LinkedIn, updated his LinkedIn. He updated his personal branding, his resume. He was ready for interviews, and that's it. And then he sat. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, just waiting for things to come to me. Doesn't work that way. You have to continue to take action, action by action. It doesn't have to be a massive action, but action, action, action every day. A little one. What's the next best action that I can take right now? What are the skills that I need for this next dream of mine? Who do I have right now as resources that can help me get there, that can teach me the way, or can connect me with other people? They can mentor me. They can open doors for me. The resources, what I have, right? It's very, very important. Is there any training that I have to do? I need to shadow people? Do I need to start getting experiences before I get? These are the questions that you should be asking yourself and putting in a game plan, in a project plan. Okay, that's my dream goal. What are the things that are gonna take me closer? And remember when I said the how will translate, this is where you start finding the how, because the how may look very different from how you thought it was going to be at the very beginning. And that's just is part of life. Is the beauty of it. That's why you start with the what and the how. The what and the why, and the how will show at the right time. Okay, so create your project plan and take action. Don't sit down and waiting for things to happen. You take action. You take action. And whenever you're that focused, that's whenever things happen. That's whenever you find the right mentor. That's whenever you find the right leader. That's whenever you find the right opportunity. And then you say, oh, what a coincidence. There's no coincidences in this world, but the world, the universe, God will show you the right how at the right time. But you have to have clarity and you have to take action. Number three, visualize it, dream about it, think about it, be obsessed about it. And maybe this is the thing that you think about or meditate or pray about first thing in the morning and at the very end before you go to sleep. I actually, and I don't have it with me, it's upstairs, but I have a little card where I wrote down in a little index card, what's my dream goal in 5 years? This is what I'm doing. This is who I'm helping. This is what's happening with my family. This is how I'm contributing to this world. And I read that thing 3 times a day, if not more. I'm obsessed about it. I know how I feel. I know who's the person that I'm becoming to be able to enable that goal of mine. Because where focus goes, energy flows. So important. And I don't know if this has happened, that whenever you really focus on something and you're just so focused about it that whenever it happens, it's not a big deal. It's almost like, yeah, I knew this was gonna happen because I dream about it. I was thinking. I'll tell you a little bit like the mini marathon. My very first mini marathon that I ran, I have ran twice. I thought it was a goal that I was not able to achieve because I had asthma and I hated running. I had stress fractures and all this stuff, right? And finally, I said, I'm gonna go after it because they say that mindset is everything, and this will be a good opportunity for me to really train my mindset. And I dream about it every time I ran. I was thinking about it, and how do you say that in English? Having a vision on how I was going to cross the finish line and what's going to happen. And I was going to see my husband there and my family. And I had that vision every time I was training. And whenever it actually happened, I was super happy and ecstatic, but it wasn't like disbelief because I knew it was going to happen. That's the amount of focus that you should have with this dream goal. Just obsess about it in a good way and healthy way. But this is really, really important. Visualize it and focus on it. And number four is that you want to be surrounded by people who are cheering on you. So be very choosy with your tribe, okay? You want empowering people. You want people that believe in you more than you believe in yourself. You want people that perhaps are a couple of steps ahead of you, but that's okay because you're learning from them. They're inspiring you to take the next step. This is very important. Be choosy with the people that you surround yourself. Not with Debbie Downers, not with people who are reflecting their own insecurities, not with people who think the world is black and white and this is it and you're not going to succeed because you are this or you come from this or this is your past. No, you don't need that negativity in your world because I'm telling you, it doesn't matter about your past. You don't use your past to create your future. You don't use your past to create your future. You want people that are going to encourage you to go towards that dream goal. So that people that you're surrounding yourself is very, very important. So that's number four. I'm going to wrap it up with a personal example, and I'll be very honest here. You may be thinking that after me doing those two different career changes, very successful, that I will be in this unstoppable mode now and nothing slows me down. And if I can do that, I can do anything. But we're all human. And when I left the corporate world and I decided to focus on my business, I started like that. And then I'm like, I looked around and comparison squeezed in. And this is something that is a big watch out. Avoid comparison because that's going to steal the joy out of the path that you are working towards. So for a hot second, I started looking around and saying, oh goodness, they've been in businesses for 20, 30 years and I'm just starting. Or look at these youngsters. They're making millions of dollars and they're so young and so successful. And I'm just starting. I'm too late. And all these things, I'm too late to the game. Who's going to want me now? All of those questions scripting again. But thank goodness I've been working on personal growth and mindset. And what I teach here, I apply. I continue to apply and learn and use it because I know it works. So I have to reframe that. And I realize, especially in a group of entrepreneurs that I am at, sometimes what they were struggling with, that's what I could help them with because of my years of experience in the corporate world as an executive leader. The questions they were asking for me, they were so easy and very common sense because of my long experience in the corporate world. So I could help them when it came to leadership, when it came to going after big goals, when it comes to managing business, when it comes to culture, all of those things, that's my jam. Like that, I did that for 23 plus years, yes? But when it comes to establishing your own business from zero and how you grow it and innovation and all those aspects, that they could help me with, right? So I think the sweet spot is whenever you understand how you can help others, and then you're also humble enough to accept the help where others can help you. However, do not compare your journey with others because it's not an apples to apples comparison. You cannot compare your year one to somebody's 20 or 10 or even 5. You're in a different stage. You cannot compare what you want out of life with what other people have in life because priorities may be different, right? You may, for example, as a speaker, I may see a lot of speakers who are very successful and traveling the world all the time. That sounds exciting, but that's not what I want, because I want time with my family too. So that's why it's very important that you define what is success for you, according to your values, according to your prioritization. No family, no friends, no society, no nothing. Is your own definition of success, and go after it, and then enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. So now I'm so happy that I took the best decision of my life of leaving the corporate world and focusing on my mission, which is inspiring people like you to go after your big dreams, to dream big. Because honestly, if you're like me, nobody taught us that, to really dream big. What does that mean? So that's what I'm here, to make sure that you are dreaming big. You go after your goals in a very authentic way, because that's the secret sauce, authenticity. That's what makes you you, and what makes you different from everybody else, and what makes you thrive. Now, if I ask you, are you late to the game? What's your answer? Hopefully, you say, heck no, I'm at the right time. Right now is the right time. So, right now, dream big. Go put your game plan together and have that clarity. Make sure you visualize, how does that look like? What are you achieving? Who you're helping? How everybody else that is around you, how are they benefiting from it? How are you contributing to this world? Making sure that you have the emotions, the feelings, the scriptures, everything, and then make sure that you surround yourself with people who are going to help you get there. Be resourceful, okay? Because successful people are not the people who have a lot of resources. Successful people are the ones who are the most resourceful. All right, I hope all of this, I gave you examples, I gave you inspiration, I gave you actions, I share my very raw personal examples with you. If there was a learning nugget here, make sure you put it in the comments. Let me know how I can help you. Help me help you with the right content, with the right things that I can help you with, okay? And share, subscribe, and share with your friends, because we get stronger together. And now I will see you on the next video.